You are not productive. You are just busy. What do I mean by this? Right? This statement has a lot of layers underneath it. So let's unravel them one by one. Right? First of all, basically, what a lot of people do is they surround themselves with multiple productivity habits. Right? They'll meditate, they'll journal, they'll work out, they will, work on side projects, they will do like some kind of like character development, they will read books which have no relation to their actual purpose, and all those things. They will surround themselves with productivity habits, but when it comes to working towards their purpose and working towards their the main thing which gets them going, which they should be doing, they slack off. They pretend like they are trying their best, right? And this is what I always say in every video, not every video, whenever I'm trying to explain some kind of guide to you. There are always two aspects to your life when it comes to work. The first thing is optimization, and the second thing is actually working on the thing, right? Your optimization looks like proper rest, proper sleep, working out, these productivity habits which bring your attention span back to like normal, and which resets your dopamine level so that you are able to focus more and you have like a better attention span, right? This is optimization. All these things, optimization is what a lot of these self-improvement gurus focus on, right? When you should actually be focusing on doing the actual thing, right? Even I upload videos just about optimization, because when it comes to actually doing the work, there are no tips and tricks, there are no shortcuts. There are just optimization tricks, habits which you can adopt, which can make your actual work better. But the work, it always looks like, almost always looks like you sitting down to work on your business, or you sitting down to study, or you sitting down to do the actual thing which you should be doing. If you're a student, studying. If you're a businessman, working on your business. If you are, whatever, right? If you're a content creator, professional content creator, creating videos, right? But talking about how to create videos and what tools you use, and whatever, all those things, that is optimization, right? When you don't sit down to record videos yourself, that is basically you just slacking off and being a larper. You're larping. You're basically larping about how you are a self-improver and you're improving every day. You're 1% better than the last day. You might be in a sense, right? But when it comes to your purpose, are you one step closer to it? No, you're not, right? So just this is the first thing which a lot of people get confused about, right? The second thing is, when you do the work, like when you are sitting in class, if you're a student, I'll give you my example. For the most part of 11th grade, what I used to do was, I would just go to school, sit in class, have nothing going on. The teacher is teaching, but I have no connection to it. I'm just looking at the board. I'm not paying attention, right? Same used to go for like my coaching as well, right? And I took a lot of time to get out of this loop as well, right? It's not even like I was thinking about other things, I was just not focusing on the thing which was the task at hand, right? And that is the problem. A lot of people, like for example, solving maths questions or physics questions, you just solve, put in values in the equations, in the formulas, and you might get the answer. But a lot of people do that mindlessly, right? I'm just giving an example. When you work like that mindlessly on a maths question, there is a very high chance that you will get one incorrect answer one day or the other, because somebody out there who is making the questions, the person knows that you are just putting in the values in the formula and you're just getting the answer. Someone out there knows that, so he will trick you and he will test you on this basis, right? And this is what I mean. A lot of people, they fix their attention span, but they're not attentive, right? It's like, it's good that you can focus on one thing for an hour, 1.5 hours, or 2 hours, right? But when you are not doing it, And not even like you're not you're not doing it consciously. Even when you're doing it unconsciously, that is wrong, right? You have to focus, right? You have to have your attention on that thing, right? This is the second aspect. And the third and the final aspect, I think, is a lot of people, they get this dopamine from just optimizing, right? Learning that, oh, I woke up, I made this checklist which my older brother on YouTube told me to, and I made this checklist, and I completed all the 4 tasks as soon as I woke up, right? For example, if your checklist has like my checklist, which it would look like school maths, AOD, last exercise, which I've written on the board right here, JE Physics EMI one shot, then push plus legs workout, and then upload one video, right? Which I'm doing right now, right? So if this is my checklist, and if I have done the push plus legs and the upload one video part, I have yet not worked on my actual purpose, the actual 2 tasks which need to define, what I'm doing, who I am, and my purpose, which is, working towards my studies, which I'm not doing, right? So a lot of people, they think that, they even find this loophole in like this checklist thing as well, which is really bad for you to do, right? You're not fooling anyone. Understand that. Getting this cheap dopamine by, just, doing like working out, meditating, and journaling, and doing all these productivity habits instead of doing the actual work, this cheap dopamine will keep you happy short term but not long term, right? This is like not even cheap, this is well earned dopamine. It's nice, you need it, you deserve it, because you've worked that hard, right? But understand my fact that the dopamine which you will get when you keep moving just one step further towards your purpose every day is the dopamine you actually need, right? Thank you for watching. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe for more content like this, comment any question, any query, any doubt, any constructive criticism, always welcomed by me. You know me, I'm like your older brother, and you can ask me anything and I'll always answer, right? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.